Hello, my name is Nathan Millward, a bit of a bike rider and traveller, just over in Wales, just doing a quick video on how to pick a bike up really. We've all dropped a bike, it's always handy to know our best way to pick it up, so we're just going to talk through a few options. Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a position we're all familiar with at one stage in our motorcycling lives, be it on a petrol forecourt or green laning or just on a corner or something. It's very easy to drop a bike and end up in this situation. And I think it's one of them things that not everyone knows how to pick a bike up, or the different methods of picking a bike up. I'm just going to talk through a few here. First one is the clasp stand, I guess, position. So first thing you want to do with any situation is immediately kill the ignition switch. So you want to remove all drive, make sure the back wheel's not spinning or anything like that. Okay, so we've assessed this situation. Bike's on the floor, there's no point panicking. It's going to stay down there until we pick it up. Most bikes are fuel injected these days, so you ain't going to worry about fuel spillage. Try not to let your man pride see you rushing and pick it up wrongly, as you sometimes do. Sometimes I've seen people drop the bike, they're on this side of it, and they try and pick it up like that. Now, that's the first time straight away you're going to damage your bike. So stand clear, assess the situation. Hopefully traffic stopped if you're on a road. Maybe there's a good chance people are going to rush over and help you pick it up. So we've killed the ignition. A tip that Tony's just taught me: if your bike's on a bit of a slope, it's maybe you're off-roading, you're a bit down camber, and you want to hold it, well, maybe it's falling on the other side and still in neutral and you can't get it out of gear. A good way to just hold it in place is to tie a neck scarf, take it off, tie it around your front brake. That means that once we've picked it up, it's not going to go anywhere. Now, that bit worse thing, you pick a bike up off at deck, it's on a bit of a camber and it rolls away from you and down it goes again. I've done it myself, seen it done, so that's the first thing to avoid. So we've tied that down, engine's dead, bike static. First thing you want to do with this double hand palm technique, you want to turn the bars so the headlight's pointing at the sky. This just gives us better leverage on the bars to help pick it up. If it's facing the other way, you just can't get underneath it. What that does is reveal this lower hand grip there. That gives us something to get under and to leverage. Now, this is the first of two ways of picking it up, and it's probably what I find the most convenient and the easiest, and it certainly works on a multitude of surfaces, especially on ruts or off-road surfaces where you can't get good traction. This approach for me is always the best one. So you come down, clasp your hands, get them under end at bars. I mean, this is a 650 single and it's falling pretty flat. It's not the lightest bike, it's probably not the heaviest, but it still takes a bit of a tug to get it up onto your toes. And as you walk forward, right up, lift, come up, you got it like that, hold it up, rock it against you, away from you, it's like that. Bike stable, whenever your bars are turned like that, it's stable, not going anywhere. You've still got that tied around your front brake. You know, it might be in neutral by now, it might be in gear. Cock a leg on it. Obviously you're stable now, take a second, take that off. Put it in your pocket, you probably took your helmet off, get that back on. Fire it into life. And away you go. There's two ways of skinning a cat or picking up a bike. In this case, it's down again. We're going to try the back to it and pull up the technique, which is what I see some bike schools teaching. And I think you generally see it with females that teach it this way. I personally don't think this is an easier way of picking it up, especially if the ground's a bit slippy or not smooth. If that's the case, I always find the one that we've just used prior is the better way. But let's give it a go. So you've turned the bar, so this time the headlight's facing into the ground like that, so opposite to how it was before. You come down into it like that. I find the tendency is to sit back against the bike, put your bum up against it. On this bike especially, in most cases that doesn't seem to work for me. What you want to do, keep a little bit of your bum away from it, a gap, and on that right handlebar. On this bike I've got a grab handle across the seat, which helps. And what you want to be doing is pulling up and stepping back into it, so the bike's raising up against your back. We'll give it a go. What I did wrong then I put my bum into the seat. There we go. Like that. Now I find that's a bit of an awkward way of doing it. Probably kindy to your back though, if I'm honest. And if you notice then I've got a bit of front tyre slip, so you want to be careful again on these kind of slippy conditions. That's two ways of picking up a bike. I think the best remedy though is to get some off-road training and try and make it so you don't drop the bike in the first place. And that's always the best port of call. Because picking up a bike, especially when you've had a long day out road, is never much fun. But if you do drop it, try them two techniques.